Welcome to New Mexico Black Rifle Operators Union. I'm your host, Sean. You know, I'm getting tired of making videos where we're always getting demonized, especially us gun owners. But Colion Noir brought this to my attention, just because I watch his stuff and I watch YouTubers and GunTube specifically. If you want to know what that means, it's anyone that's in this space that's talking about guns, politics, all the new gear, all the new gadgets. As you know, we had a shooting Monday in Farmington, New Mexico. And it doesn't take long to realize that the government's going to do what they can. Politicians are going to do what they can because they're going to try to use that as an opportunity. If it bleeds, it leads. I've said that before. It's a popular saying in media circles. But it actually seems to be the case that Grisham likes to use tragedy to make a point, to try to go for her political points. Now, Grisham is no stranger to knowing, to us in New Mexico, for knowing that she's anti-gun. She's tried very hard. But in the video that she had on MSNBC, and you can find it on MSNBC, or you can watch Colion Noir's take on it, and she's very disingenuous. First off, New Mexico is a poster child for most of the gun laws, quote-unquote reasonable gun laws, that the left or the political people that are really anti-gun are looking for. We have red flag laws. We have, you cannot buy a pistol in New Mexico if you're under the age of 21. You cannot, let's see, what else did we have that was, there's tons of gun laws here that are stupid. We did have waiting periods. We don't anymore. But all these failed. That was the point I was going for, is that the shooter, who was 18 years old, wasn't supposed to have a pistol. He had two of them. She demonizes the AR-15 because the AR-15 was used in this shooting. One of them was. And to me, and to most people in the 2A community, the AR-15 has become ubiquitous. It is as common as, the Honda Accord or the Ford F-150 if you live in the Southwest. It's everywhere. It is, you're saying gun, basically, is all you're saying. There is several brands, several types, several designs, but they're all of the same bloodline, basically. She also says these guns don't belong in the hands of civilians. Now, you have to understand something, that Grisham had some of the worst draconian lockdown stuff for COVID, so much so that she sent her Gestapo, the New Mexico State Police, to go and shut down businesses and to push you indoors. She is perfectly fine with the right people having guns. She's just not wanting you, as an American citizen or as a New Mexican, having a firearm. Now, she has been trying to get federal press. She's been trying to get into Biden's cabinet, and she failed. This woman has done more harm to New Mexico than she's done good. Now, I say that with no remorse here. The one thing she's done, I could say, was she's decriminalized cannabis in New Mexico. Now, why do I say that? Because there's a lot of people that have been facing legal repercussions for a damn plant. Okay, to me, having done it in high school, I didn't see any difference between alcohol and cannabis. So why is this same person, she's also the one that passed 9 abortion up to 9 months in New Mexico. We had someone just this weekend who was 18 years old who killed a child after they were born. And now they're arrested, obviously. But this type of culture is typical of her ilk. New Mexico is weird in that there are 3 big population centers, Las Cruces, Albuquerque, and Santa Fe, that seem to determine policy for the rest of us in New Mexico, where the rest of us in New Mexico really are just trying to live our lives, trying to do what we need to do. We're salt of the earth people. We work hard. We're farmers. We're ranchers. We're oil and cattlemen. That goes without saying. And she's trying to demonize their way of life. And when I say their way of life, our way of life. She's trying to push green energy stuff in New Mexico, which could work. However, she's biting the hand that actually feeds every bit of infrastructure here, from schools to roads to anything that the state has for budget comes from oil and natural gas. So this woman is absolutely evil. That's why I picked this still that I took of it, because it's unflattering. She doesn't deserve to be flattered. She deserves to be criticized. Yet Albuquerque, Las Cruces, and Santa Fe managed to swing the election for her second term, and she's now our governor for 4 more years. In this same vein, the ATF has changed their policy again. They have lied in Congress, and what Dittelbach did, he actually said you could just detach the brace from a pistol, one of these SBR, soon-to-be SBRs, and said that would be enough to legalize the firearm for you. It has now came out now that the ATF has reversed its position again. And now, if you have a brace and you've just taken it off of your gun, you're still in possession of the brace. You are now a felon because you have constructive intent. What that means is that you can put this back on the firearm at some point, and that is illegal according to what the ATF is pushing now. So, the best options for you, if you have one of these, is either comply with the law, don't comply with the law, take it off of your gun, or destroy your firearm. Those are your basic options for you. If you have one of these pistol caliber rifle or rifle caliber pistols is what I decided the term should be used. If it's an AR-15 pistol, an AK pistol, my MP5, even though it doesn't have one of these on it now, it never did. I sold it. I destroyed it. It's gone. I have no record of it other than it's gone. So I don't know what's going to happen now if I ever get chased down for this. I'm hoping this stuff gets overturned. However, in this interim, we have to think about what we have. We have 9 days until the grace period for an SBR is gone. So you have to take this up with your own heart and mind and figure out what you're going to do. Freemen don't ask permission. I say that often in this podcast. I've said it often in life. Stay strapped or get clapped, especially after you've seen what happened on Monday. I have some insider information there, and I don't want to give specifics other than I know this person had some mental health issues. Duh, they perpetrated a shooting. But it was up to the point where this person was about to get mental health help that they were desperately needing, and they chose suicide by cop. So we need to look hard in our society at what the real issues are. It isn't a braced pistol. It isn't a bump stock. It's bad hearts and minds and mentally ill people. We need to fix this. We need to have an honest conversation about mental health in the United States, more so than we need to start pushing gun laws, because no amount of gun laws is going to stop the tragedy that happened on Monday in northwest New Mexico. No amount of tragedy is going to help with any of this stuff because mentally ill people don't care. Criminals don't care. The only way this gets fixed is if we find an absolute solution to the problem. Banning something and prohibition has not worked in anything. They're going after your guns hard and heavy. Biden, the White House came out today and said ban assault rifles. And my prompt answer to that is FT. No, I don't care. And most of the gun tuners I follow on Twitter did the same thing. They were saying, no, we're not going to do that. You know, you left $900,000 or almost $1 billion worth of hardware for the Taliban to use. What makes us, the American people, less trustworthy than the Taliban? I ask you that because there is no answer for this. Yet we send millions and billions of dollars to foreign entities to let them buy firearms or to let them buy arms to fight wars for the military-industrial complex where they're trying to actually disarm you as an American citizen. Why? Because we're the biggest threat to this ideology and to the bullcrap that they're pushing down. Americans, the best way we can fight this is to call, right now, we have to call the Senate, the House, and start raising hell. While they're really in bed right now, worried about the stuff with the debt ceiling, this is just as pressing for all of us because they're about to make 40 million people felons overnight for owning something that the ATF, under the Obama administration, had ruled was 100% legal. There is no way that the government, that anyone, Trump, Biden, anyone, should be able to call a department, an alphabet agency, and say, make something illegal right now. And the government has done that. And it's time that they stop. And it's time that American people put their feet in the sand and say, enough's enough. You have pushed the wrong group of people. We do not deserve this. We are American citizens. You serve us. And if you are afraid of us because of what we have, good. Because there's going to come a time, if they keep pushing this ideology, that we are going to have to fight. Legitimately fight. Not try to use the system. For now, we have to use the system. Like, share, subscribe, be great.
In the top, I can't let it slide. My politics are rather controversial. Who would have thought that I ain't catching all slack and I have enemies on my ball sack? I'm thinking insanity's what you call it, and I just get a